I see a few of you here already. I just popped on like a minute or two early just to make sure all the tech is okay. Woo. If you're here already, please say hello in the comments and let us know where you're joining us from. And do let me know if you can hear and see me okay. And I'm just gonna pop over into our Facebook groups, see if everything is showing up there too. And I see Lori is here though. Lori! Hello everyone from sunny warm Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Janet is here from Pahrump, Nevada. And Kay is here already from Huntsville, Alabama. We had the nicest thunderstorm last night. Needed the rain so badly. Oh, I'm so glad you got some rain. That's nice. We've been unusually dry here in California too. It hasn't been raining much. When I see like the Facebook memories posts coming up from previous years, and we had snow 2 years ago, and then last year was super rainy, and this year it's pretty mild so far. So cannot complain. Hello, Nancy. So glad you're here. Julie from South Louisiana, and then we have Hanne from Denmark. Hey hey, and Sonia is joining us from Puerto Rico. Love it. Let's see if I'm showing up here on Facebook. Let's see. Or maybe Facebook's taking a holiday break to see. I don't see myself there. Something's going on. So yesterday, obvious apparently there was some big glitch on Instagram, and I know like a post of mine disappeared too. I was like, where'd it go? I could have sworn I posted, and then it was like gone. I was like, well, I guess I'll just repost it. So that's what I did because I wanted the all the calendar updates to show up on my feed, and then it's like number missing. I was like, oh, that's really odd. And I can't forget to post today's too. So I have like a steady stream of EPP admin calendar updates there. So something's going on tech wise, I think, and people are having some issues. So just gonna make sure. So, yeah, I'm not showing up on mine. What the hell? Yeah. What is going on? And I'm showing up on. No, I'm not showing up on the EPP page either. What is going on? It says I'm streaming to. Where is it? Where am I streaming to? Well, who knows what's going on? Let's see. Camera. Oops. Watch I turn something off. Eh, eh. Let's see here. Uh, tech alert. Tech alert. Tech desk. Tech desk. Let's see. Also, well, guess we're not streaming to Facebook. It said I was, right? It said I was. And now I don't know. Where do I go to see? It tells me I'm streaming, which is quite odd. But we're just gonna go with YouTube. Hello. So let me just share that in the EPP Society because I can't share from my page in there since nothing's showing up. Let me refresh. Maybe there's like magic in refreshing. Oh, now I show up. So okay, friends, when all else fails, turn off your computer, turn it back on, or with Facebook in particular, just hit refresh. So that worked here too. It just made me so happy. I'm like, I could have sworn I set it on sharing. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and share it to the EPP collective, so that people can know we are live on YouTube. Uh, uh, Come join us here. To YouTube. Oop. Yes, did I spell that right? YouTube. Everyone, tag all the people in the group. Okay. Okay. Whew, so happy. Yay. All right. So let me come back here to our comments here. Rainy and cold, Western New York checking in. Hello. So glad. Wendy's joining us from Eastern Iowa. And Pamela Brown is here from South Carolina. Rhonda, Charleston, South Carolina. Oh, hey, do you know Pamela Brown? I know that's a silly question. But yes, neighbors in the same state. Kim Rody, snowing today in South Dakota. Oh, is it like the big fluffy snow or the like the haily naily kind of snow that like pokes your face? I hope it's the fluffy snowflakes because that's really nice. Let's see here. Clara is joining us on Facebook. Oh, I see you from Italy. Buongiorno. I'm gonna go like your comment here. Da-da-da. And then we have Katrine. Hello, Katrine. So glad you're here. Zaza is joining us from Scotland. And Julie says, warm weather here till the weekend. It will be freezing for us, then back to warm weather for Christmas. It is a weird season, I think, weather-wise. Well, I think I say that every year. Oh, it's the fluffy snowflake. So if you have never experienced snow before, not all snow is the same, and not all snowflakes are the same either. So there's the big fluffy snowflakes, like kind of when you see it on the movies or like some people's screensavers, they seem to like almost fall in slow motion, right? And the snowflakes are like super big and fluffy. And then if they land on your eyelashes too, they'll just sit there and then you're like, oh, yes, a snowflake. And you kind of have to blink it away. And then there's also the really, really like stingy kind of snowflakes. Well, I guess, yeah, it's still snowflakes. Or like, I think kind of like raindrops that are icicles almost. And they if there's wind and that they just like poke your face. It's like feeling needles poking at your face because that's like the only part that's really exposed when you're walking in a snowstorm. So yeah, so different kind of snow, different kind of snowflakes, but the fluffy ones are the ones that we love. Okay, stop talking about snowflakes, Elise. Yes. So if this is your first time here, obviously I like big fluffy snowflakes. My name is Elise Beck, and we do this live weekly most weeks, and we catch up on EPP projects, or if we have sew alongs going on or quilt alongs, that's what we'll be doing during these live sessions. And today we actually had a block released in the EPP Club last week, and this one finally got a name. It's not just a number. It's called the Morning Glory block. So I'll be showing little tips and tricks for basting and sewing this block together. And if there's any other general EPP questions too, I'm open to them. I can help you in the comments. And as you can see, we have lots of our regulars here in the YouTube comments that you'll see. And they all have very, very much experience as well. And super helpful members here showing up. So you can always ask questions, and there's no silly questions. We're open to all of them. And if this is your first time here, let us know too so we can welcome you. And EPP, I think it's really addicting once you get started. So if you ever get stuck on something, just ask. And if you get stuck on something and you're kind of like, I kind of want to try something, try it. There's no wrong way of doing things, right? And there's no quilt police. That's like one big motto of ours. No quilt police. Sure, there are rules in quilting, and there are set guidelines that you can learn when you're learning. It's all super duper helpful. And once you learn the rules and you learn the guidelines, then you can go ahead and break them and experiment, because that's where new guidelines and new rules come about from, right? Because if you just stick to the same process, but you feel like, oh, I could do this, and it might be easier for me, or might be something that's faster or works easier, then try it. There's just no wrong way. And always experiment. And if you're just getting started, big reminder, don't get stuck on perfection. Your stitches will show. Big reminder. I know I was there too. I was like, oh my god, my stitches are showing. You're human. If your stitches are showing, it just shows that you're not a robot. You're not a bot, right? And your stitches will have different lengths, and they'll sometimes show a little less. And the more experience and practice you get, the more even your stitch lengths will become, and they'll blend in better with your fabric too. And then, of course, if you switch thread colors, that helps a lot as well. So don't be hard on yourself if you're just starting and you feel like, oh, stitches are showing, boo. Like I don't want to keep on doing it. Remember when you were a kid, when you start something new, were you always doing it perfect? No. We just try it over and over again as we're improving, right? So that's my little spiel for today. And let's see here. Who do we have else? Who else do we have joining us? Ooh, I just saw hot chocolate. My like pew, pew, pew. Oh, Karen's here. I have my hot chocolate and cranberry bread ready and to enjoy. Ooh, cranberry bread. Is that your own recipe? Please to share. Would love to know. Let's see here. Uh Rhonda says we haven't met, but hi Pamela Brown from South Carolina. Like it's like when people uh like know that, oh, you're in Southern California. Do you know such and such person? I'm like, Southern California is quite big. But yeah, I can have to use that too. But it is a bigger chance of you kind of knowing someone by someone from something if you're in like a quilting niche particularly, right? You might know people by way of the guild that they belong to or quilt shop that they like to go to, stuff like that. So yes, let's see here. Uh, Lake effect snow has somewhat melted. Ah, so then it's slippery and icy. Please be careful when you're walking. Yeah, that's the worst thing. When snow's melting a little bit and then they freezes again, it gets super duper slippery. Um, yeah, and slipping on ice is no fun. It really hurts your butt when you boom land. Let's see. Ooh, and Nancy says I use neutral colors for my micro stitches. Yes, very nice. I use mainly white thread when I EPP. This white thread here. I think I've shared it quite often on the lives. It's Superior Threads bottom line 60 weight. Number 624 is the color. It's a 60 weight polyester, 100% polyester thread. So if you're not into polyester thread, go do try Orifil 50 weight 100% cotton thread, and then Gutermann has cotton thread too, so you can try that. Let's see, and just know that using poly thread with cotton fabrics is totally fine. If you look at most of your cotton garments, all the thread is polyester, so yes, you'll be fine. Let's see here. Let's see. Ooh, Julie made heavenly hash. Peanut butter balls, getting treats ready for Christmas. Wait. What is heavenly hash? You must share. I am confused. Let's see. Sonia's here. Sonia, hello. And Happy. Happy's here. Always get happy when Happy joins. Hi. Let's see. Nancy says, hope everyone is doing very well. And Sonia says, happy, glad to see you. Wee! We're glad to see you too. So, all right, let's switch the camera over. I think everyone is okay. Well, let me just like Karen's post. She's joining us from Facebook. Uh, yes. Okay. All right. Let me switch the switchy poo. So the Morning Glory block has 6 different shapes. Let's switch here. And every time I see this, the double wedding ring quilt in progress, makes me feel so guilty. I'm like, oh, I should like work on a little bit at least. So let's switchy poo. Okay. Let's do this. I think that's a better angle. Oh yeah, maybe I should have cleaned up a little, but hey, that's the creatives desk, right? Okay. So it's made up of 6 pieces. That's the Morning Glory block. Let me go ahead and show you mine. I actually finished stitching it. Ta-da! Oh, good lord, it's messy. Hold that in place. Okay. Okay. And is that the weird angle? Hold on. Okay. All right. So this is the Morning Glory block that I made. You don't have to make it scrappy. I like scrappy happy. I don't know. I have this weird cough too. So if I like I have to back off like every other second, it's because I don't want to cough into the microphone. But this is the Morning Glory block, and it's the block of the month for December for the EPP Club members. They get this in 6 sizes: 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16-inch blocks. And I usually make the 10-inch block when I do make a sample because I like 10 inches, nice and even. And because then I remember, like, oh, okay, make the 10-inch block and I make it for each month and then I can combine them later, right? And the reason I made this Scrappy Happy is because in October, I made this one. That was the block of the month. And I made it Scrappy Happy pink, right? So I used all the different pink fabrics from my stash. And then I decided, I think I'm going to continue with this whole, like with the contrasting black to make the colors and prints pop. So that's why I decided to do lavender and green for the December block. Let's see here. But you could do solids. They would look very nice too as well. Well, now I'm like totally like distracted. What is reindeer chow? Heavenly hash. Oh, so Julie says heavenly hash is chocolate melted with mini marshmallows and pecans. Ooh. So it's kind of like those Rice Krispie treats but without Rice Krispies. And chocolate instead and pecans. Ooh, interesting. Never heard of it. And like, what is reindeer chow? Uh okay, Katrine says, for me, the same Elise, double wedding ring. Let's work on it next year. Katrine, let's do like pinky swear. Pinky, pinky, pinky. Pew. We swear, pinky swear, thumbprint, and boom. Chakalaka. Yes, let's please do. Because I have all my pieces cut, so I just need to like sew them together. I don't know what's like it's yeah, it's not reasonable to be this delayed. And Hannah says, wow, the block is pretty in those fabrics. Yeah, I mean, I know scrappy happy is not for everyone. It does make me happy, the scrappiness. So yeah, if you're like, oh, it's too busy, yeah, then you can stick to just solids or just one print for the petals of the morning glory. And for the background pieces, you could do solid instead of the green like I did here. And I know black is very stark contrast to these pastel colors, right? So you could definitely make the center yellow, put in some green here for the spokes in between the petals, and totally make it your own. So whenever you see a color suggestion or some colors I use, if you're not into those colors, then yeah, then switch it up to whatever you like. And if this is too busy for you, make it something that makes it pleasant and calming for you to look at and enjoy as you're making it. So there is no rule. Again, no cool police. I gotta remind you of that. So whatever makes you happy, right? Let's see. So yeah, I did a pinky swear with Katrine. We're gonna work on our double wedding rings in 2025. 2025 is the year where we finish our double wedding rings. And then let's see here. Da-da-da. And da-da-da. Oh, okay. Katrine says pinky swear. Woo! It's on video, Katrine. It's on here for all eternity, so we can't back off now. And Susan, wait, you couldn't get on YouTube? Where are you? No, that's a booger. Let's see. Susan, you can join from the school link. It'll take you straight to the YouTube live stream too, if you want to do that. And then we have Nancy's explaining reindeer chow uses white chocolate, mixed cereals, M&Ms, and pretzels with red and green sprinkles. Ooh, ooh, interesting. I wonder, have I ever seen these treats? I'm like so confused. I used to make heavenly hash wreaths, used the jello mold, then popped that one hard, drizzle red and green over it, and I made hundreds probably. Yeah, Julie, if you do not know, well, number one, she's like the resident dilly flower queen. And not only that, she like bakes up a storm. So whenever she shares on her Facebook feed, do not look because you're gonna want to eat all the sweets and treats and baked goodies that she's making. So yes, yes, she will tempt you with all the sweet goodness. Let's see. And Katrina says, "You too, Saza. I can hear you think it. Don't hide." So I think you mean double wedding ring. Excuse me. Oh, that is too funny. Let's see. Oh, so Susan, you're stuck on Facebook. Okay, well, we'll just make sure. I'll just make sure to look over. That is so odd. Let me send you the link here, Susan. Let me type that in. Oh no, not there. Now it's playing. Hold on, Susan. Let me post that the YouTube link. YouTube. Oops. There you go. Try see that if it works, Susan. I just shared it in the comment above you on Facebook. And let's see. And Zala was like, Katrine? Question mark. I have to step away for a minute. We just did a pinky swear, Katrine and I, that we're gonna work on our double wedding rings in 2025 and finish it. So now we want you to join our pinky swear 3-way. And let's get it done. Dang it. Yes. Oh, Julie just shared in school too. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Let's see. Oh, Julie's making macarons too. Oh my god. Okay, all right. So this is the morning glory block, and I'm gonna show you the back. So if this is your first time EPPing or you're just getting started, do not freak out. Does not have to look this way. I'm just particular the way I want the back to look. So this one is not super neat, but it's neat enough. So let me flip that over. So I like to keep my seam allowances consistent on the back. I know lots of folks, they just like to kind of freehand cut their seam allowance. They don't necessarily care whether it's more exacting like this. So do not be like, oh God, do I have to like keep seam allowances perfectly even? No, you do not. But it does help if you want to hand quilt it from the front and follow the seam allowance line later on. Well, that's just a little tip. So this is the back. And usually what I do when I do test make a block is just to make sure that I can see how will all the little tails here, which way will they face and will they overlap or cross collision into each other, right? So we don't want tails that go up against each other because that's going to be extra bulk, which is why I like to test out a piece and baste as I go. And then I figure out, oh, I got to mirror the basting process for some pieces so that my tails, they don't overlap and they face over each other or away from each other. If that makes sense. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yes, Janet's in. Janet's pinky swearing to get her double wedding ring quilted. Yay! Love it. Pinky, pinky, pinky. Okay, Katrine, it's you, me, Zaza, and Janet. It's gonna be the year of the double wedding ring. We gotta like get Lucy into this too. Is Lucy here? Lucy, hello. Let's see. Uh, okay. And Salsa says, yes, I'll definitely pinky swear on that. I put too much time into that bad boy now to get it finished. Yes. And Salsa's picked like the most prettiest fabrics too. And let's see here. What happened with those central seam allowances, Elise? Which the center here, the centerpiece? Let me know. I'm gonna wait like a second because I know there's a little lag. Do you mean this one? The central seam allowances. I'm guessing this centerpiece, right? Oh, Sonia's making her double wedding ring, or do you mean the morning glory into bed runner? Now I'm like confused. I think that's happened like when I just jump into the middle of a conversation. But yes, this is the back. Sasa said yes. This is the centerpiece. It is not round. I'm gonna hold it up a little closer here. It's not a round piece. It actually has 16 sides, and it'll show easier on the paper piece here. See, there's because the sides are 16 sides, it kind of looks roundish, right? If you just look at it real quick. But no, yeah, it does have 16 sides. And because there are 16 sides on this circle, there are very wide angles in between the points here, right? So when you baste this, you might end up getting a little bubble of fabric along the edge, but that is okay because as you sew your spokey pieces here and the petals, you won't notice. See if I hold it up close. Oh god, you're gonna see my seams, stitches. But see, I used a dark stitch, the dark thread to actually sew the dark and the light. I tried light thread sewing these two pieces together, but actually using a dark thread blends in nicer on the lighter versus using a lighter thread and the white thread showing up on the black. So that was surprising and interesting to discover. So I used dark thread to combine all these. Is the dark navy, this one that I tried. I'm really loving it. Oh, there we go. Number 649, superior threads, bottom line, 60 weight polyester. Oh, here we go. I was holding up the wrong end. Oops. So this is what it looks like. And I just kept the plastic on so that as the thread unravels, it doesn't unravel too much. Huh. So I was like, oh, I should have kept the plastic on all my threads. But so I used that dark thread to combine all these. And the only time I used the white thread that I showed you earlier, this one, was when I sewed the connecting pieces here between the green pieces. And everywhere else, it's the darker thread. But I don't think you can see the stitches on my purples, right? Ta-ta, or the greens. So it was, yeah, that was a fun experiment. So that's why I always say try it. And then if you notice your stitches show too much with a lighter thread color on dark, then switch to a darker thread color when you're mixing lighter and darker fabrics next to each other and they're combined. You might find that the darker thread color blends in nicer. Yeah, it was very surprising, but I love it. So my main two main threads will be these two, light and like super duper dark. And but like Nancy said, if you have like neutral colors, you can get away with it for most of your project as well. This one is what's it called? Oatmeal. So oatmeal and taupe, they're pretty similar. I couldn't find taupe. Did I find taupe? I might have found taupe later, but so I got this. It kind of works really well too with most of your fabrics colors. So those are my colors. So the center is a 16-inch side. So that's why it looks like it's overlapping weird, right? But if I undo it, see, it's the same 16-inch sides. And that because you keep on overlapping, because the angles are so wide where the points are, instead of being like this, right? So you'll have quite a soft angle as you're basting over your sides here. Hope that makes sense. Does that make sense, Zaza? Let's see. I think she said yes, that it makes sense to this. And Sonia's doing the wedding ring as a bed runner. Gonna be so pretty. It's gonna be so pretty. Can't wait to see it, Sonia. And Susan's working on her 2-inch Xyz for an auction in July. Oh, love that. Yes, Salsa, you need dark thread. I found that out too. It's weird. Yeah, it's super weird. Excuse me. Excuse me. So it's like this cough is like not going away. But yeah, I was really, really surprised because I thought the white thread would do nicer here in between the dark and the green. But yeah, the black or like this one is like dark, dark navy. It actually blends in nicer. So it was, yeah, it was a big surprise. Ugh, just want this cough to go away. Ugh. Let's see. And Sonia said, it's not too hard to go around them. I made the center spokes and the petals already stitched together. Yeah. Once you get this basted and you start sewing one petal or one spoke, you just follow that angle and then you just can't go wrong with this. And even if you're a little off, once the paper comes off, you're not even going to notice because the angles are so wide on the sides of the center piece here. I don't even know what a 16-sided piece is called, and I'm not gonna try because they have super duper long names. Let's see. Let's see. Hi, Kim. So glad you're here. I'm just like coughing my lungs out, but yes, ignore that. Let's see. I don't see any questions. All right, so it might look a little trickier than it is, but it's not tricky at all. And let me show you how to baste. I have some basting order tips for you. I could actually mark it. So main thing you want to pay attention to is the let's see here, the E pieces, E and E. See how my basting goes in opposite directions? That is if you want to baste all your um pieces and make sure that they don't crisscross on the tails. See how this one I had to undo the basting. You might see a little glue mark there, and I switched my tail the other way because I didn't want my tails to stick out on the front. If you don't mind them sticking out because you're gonna be like, oh, I can avoid that when I sew my next piece together, then you're fine. Then you can just stitch them all in one direction or baste them all in one direction. That's okay. And then you also want to pay attention to the F pieces. I'm like, I have my little cheat notes here. When you're basting, so that you get always stick to one direction, right? Whether you go clockwise or counterclockwise, and see how the tails they just overlap. You don't want the tails going into each other because then, like, what are you gonna do? Just make them stand up like that? No, we don't want that. So we want them to lie flat and overlap one over the other. And then one thing I wanted you to pay attention to as well If you're planning on just turning your blocks into single blocks, perhaps like mug rugs, then you want to be careful when you're sewing this connecting piece right here up at the tip, so that you don't sew through all the layers of the seam allowance. So you can just open it up when you need to undo it like so. So if I had sewn it deep into this part as well here, then it would be stuck and I would have to undo some stitches to open this seam allowance up, right? But now, because I know, oh, I might want to just turn this into a single block, I make sure not to stitch too deep so that I don't go through all the layers here. Just the layer of the seam allowance that I need to go through like that. Okay? Let's see here. See new comments coming in. Let's see here. Ooh, Sonia used the black for the contrast. Oh, I can't wait to see. Oh, Sasa looked it up. Google says it's a hexadecagon. Oh, that's not bad at all. What's the other one? Tetra, blah 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 blah, something something. I was like, oh god, it's like a tongue twister. Hexadecagon. That's not bad at all. 16 sides. Hexadecagon. Cool. And Kim said, Sasa, it sounds like a 16-headed dragon. Oh my god, it does. Hexadecagon. And Susan cracking up. Oh, wait, you made it to YouTube. Hooray. All right, so those are the angles and the order that you want to pay attention to when you're basting them. And then we have the spokes here, right? The little spiky bits in between the petals. That's the one you want to pay attention to. See here, you barely see the paper because even though I use a 1/4 seam allowance, it just covers the whole paper because it's a skinny little thing. Let me just open this up. And I cheated and I just like crisscrossed my thread. Let me open that up. Hold on. There we go. And open that up and you see the paper in there. I'm going to go ahead and baste one so you can see what I'm talking about. Because I think because it's so skinny, right? Long and skinny up top. It's the very, very sharp angle here. So it might look like, ooh, how the heck am I going to baste that? Super easy. Just don't overthink it at all. I'm going to go ahead and just put a little glue so it stays put while I cut the fabric around it. I'm going to do 1/4 inch. You could even trim it down a little bit if you find that the seam allowance is getting in your way. But 1/4 inch, you're still fine. And we cut that. And here I'm going to make it 1/4 inch at the tip as well. You don't need to keep it long and sharp at acute points like that. And then if you look here, I stuck to one direction going from left to right and then the bottom last. Let me write that down. So left, right, and the bottom last. 1, 2, 3. And so that way all my tails face the same way. So we'll follow the same direction. Let me make sure I'm on camera here. So I'm going to do left. And then this one, I know it's tricky not to get glue on the edge. If you do, and okay. I do that too. And then we're just going to baste it over. Just make sure you feel the tip here up in the top here. That's where you want to focus on, that you get this sharp angle there. And then we come to the other side and baste it. And then you want to fold it over and you're going to have a little bulk there because you're folding the seam allowance over the seam allowance from the first side that you folded. So it's going to be a little bulky. But what you're paying attention to, see how the point is really sharp here? That's what you want to focus on. Make sure that you don't fold it too hard that it's bending the paper, but you kind of feel it as you're basting. You feel it in your fingertips. And then if I fold the seam allowance away a little bit, you see that we still have that sharp point up top, right? Okay. And then I just baste the bottom last. And you're gonna get little tails sticking out on both sides of the bottom, and that's totally okay because they're all just gonna fold over each other here. They overlap over the petals. Ah, okay. Let's see. Salsa got some dragon emojis. And let's see here. Susan asked, do you sew the triangles onto the petal, then sew to the middle? No, Susan, what I actually did, I just pasted all my little spokes here. So the C pieces and the petals. And then I just started sewing one and sew a petal, so a C piece, petal, C piece, petal. I just went around. And then I came in and sewed the connecting sides. Just like when we did the dilly flowers or hexagon flowers, you know how I like to just sew the 6 connecting hexagon petals to the center hexagon. And then I come back and do the connecting sides. Because once you know all of them are on there, then it's super fast just to come in and do the connecting sides, right? But you could also, if you feel like, oh, I don't know, I kind of want to do it one spoke. Let's call them spokes. Spoke and a petal at a time. Then you could definitely do that. Do this. Sew the petal, I mean the spoke to the center, and then sew the petal, and then come and connect one set, and then you know they're fitting perfectly already. And then come back and overlap the second petal. Let me take the paper here. And then you can line them up with the sides so you get that nice sharp point in the tip here. Okay. So yeah, but I just went around and then I just came back in and connected them. And the good thing with the part that when you come and sew these sides that connect with the sharp spokes here is that it gives you a little wiggle room, even if you're a little off when you're sewing them to the center. And see, if you look here, you can see there's a slight gap. So it's not perfect like where the petal, the tips touch the black, but can you tell? Do they not look like they all touch? Yeah. So you have a little wiggle room. See, that's like about a millimeter away from each other. So even if they don't touch all the way, you're totally fine. Because once you add your little pieces here, what am I calling these? The D templates. You won't even see that if it's a little bit off here in between the petals. Does that make sense? Let's see here. Susan said no. Tell me what is not making sense. So I just go all the way around. So the spoke, the petal, spoke, the petal, and then I come and sew the connecting sides. Let me know, Susan, and I can help you out. Let me baste a petal while we're here. I'm just going to baste it on the opposite side of the fabric so we get a little contrast. And I'm going to wait for Susan's question. Like so. We'll toss that. Let's see, let me refresh. Waiting for Susan. Oh, so Susan was answering if we could see any gaps in between the petals, and she said no, you can't see any gaps. Okay, clearly I don't know. Like I should pay attention to what you're answering to. Boing. So yes, so you do understand that it's super easy. Just go spoke petal to the center, and then come in and sew the connecting sides here. And again, here, the direction that I followed on the petals is doing the bottom piece last. That's the main thing. Let me just open that up. Hold on. I think, yeah, I really need to like get new glasses. There we go. And I just started with the top here. There we go. Make sure we're on camera. Oh, let me make my head smaller. I think it's like covering it. There we go. Okay. And I got black thread on here. And I just I'm basting this purposely on the wrong side so that we get a little bit of contrast between the pedal and the spoke. Yeah, so know that, yeah, you won't notice any of the gaps between the pedals when you do that. See, we were just following directions. And then I guess glue base my long sides. And if you find that the order that you like to baste in is different, then go for it. I like to do the bottom last on the pedal and the spoke here, so that so it's easy to open it up later. See how they're all, because they were all sewn glue basted last. It's easier for me to pop open the pieces here, the seam allowance. Same for the pedals. I just don't have any nails. There we go, like that. Ta-da! See how they're all sticking up, the bottom pieces. Let me hold that up. See? And then it just makes it easy to open up the sides, the top, and then bloop, pop the paper out. And now here we have pedal and a spoke. And then I would just sew it to the center paper like this, the bottom parts. And then I can just come in and do the connecting side. And if you look here, see how the little tails from the spoke, it just lays right over the pedal like that. Let's see, Susan, right now machine embroidery on a couple blankets. Oh, lovely. Let's see. Let's see here. Any other questions? And let me check our Facebook friends. And Karen says, I don't bake. It's from Sam's. My daughter gets it for me. I love that too. Let's see our Facebook group. Anyone there? Anyone inside the society? Let's see here. Oops. I should have checked earlier. Dang it. Let's see here. Where are we? Oh, it's weird. Now it's not showing me there. Hold on. Let me refresh again. When all else fails, refresh. Oh, there we are. And let me pin it so I can see if anyone leaves a comment. Okay. All right. Right. Let's see. Oh, Nancy, thank you so much. Nancy just says, Elise, you have so many lovely designs in EPP. I mean, EPP is just like endless, right? There's no limit to what you can create with EPP, which is why I think it's so fun. So, yes, thank you. So then I have the pedal and the spoke. And here is like what I was saying earlier. Let me hold those two. If you find that there's a gap here, over here, between the pedal and the next pedal, it's totally fine. But if you notice, because once the C pieces go in here, you won't notice that little hole in between. Even if there's a little millimeter gap, like here, it's going to be totally unnoticeable. So it's a fairly easy block to make. Just gotta pay a little bit of attention when you're sewing them onto the center piece first, that they all line up properly, and then it's super easy just to come in here and sew the connecting sides. And then from then, you just got the C pieces and all the edge pieces here, and like done in a jiffy. So this one, seriously, I think every time I do a block, the thing that takes me the longest is picking the fabrics. I try a process to make it faster, but it's like, no, but do I want this fabric there? No, I want it over here. And then I gotta pay attention because the E and F pieces, they're mirrored, right? So I don't want to cut all my pieces facing the same way because they need to be mirrored. F is mirrored and E is mirrored. Bloop. So that's what you got to pay attention to. So yeah, once you have, if you have a solid or you just one print, you're golden. So much faster. But I was just trying to plan out all my little fabrics for each piece here and not having them going in the same direction for the E and F pieces since they're mirrored, like I was saying. That was the hardest part. So after you choose fabrics and start sewing, super fast. Uh, let's see here. Oh, and Kim said I joined late and didn't hear what word this pattern is. In the EPP Club, Kim. It's the December block of the month. So it's in both in school and on my website on the EPP Club. So you can find it both of them there. I can actually show you. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Screen sharing. Ha! This is the EPP Society of School, Kim. So if you go to the classroom here up top, and I think you're part of the August group, right? Because you've been in the EPP Club from the beginning days. Just go here. And here you'll find August. And here's December. Boom. Like that. Okay. Let's see. And King goes, oh, yeah, duh. So, yes. Or you can just log into my website on Kajabi too, the EPP Club, if you prefer to get it there. Yeah. And here's a little sneaky peek of what's happening in the EPP Society too. If you have not joined us yet, why are you not joining us? So much fun. And you can see all the members here sharing their projects. Super fun seeing them. And I'm super enjoying. And even, Candy. And we do share non EPP projects too. So if you feel like, I don't want to be in a group where all I can do is just share EPP projects, no, we share other projects too. And it's a smaller group, as 171 people in the group. So it's really nice. You get to know everyone and it's super fun. And oh, yes, Hexy Magic blocks. Hexy Magic blocks are popping up every week. So the sooner you join, the faster you'll get access to them. And then we also have the members sharing their EPP calendar blocks too. So I can actually give you a peek of the Hexy Magic. This is what Hexy Magic is. Hexy Magic 1, Hexy Magic 2, and Hexy Magic 3. So, and you can even see a sneak peek of the work that I'm working on the back end here. You're not supposed to see that. So, yes, you're more than welcome to join us in the EPP Club. Just go to school.com /EPP. You see the URL right there, and this is what you'll see. And then we also have, Nancy says, I thought I was in the club, but I can't access things. Well, let me double check for you, Nancy. You can always log in to my website, elisebeck.com /login. But I shall check for you, Nancy, too. Let me write down a note. Nancy White. Make sure you have access in the EPP Society of School. Let's see here. Any questions? Questions. Oh, so I know only the EPP Club members get the PDFs. Let me switch to face to camera. Only the EPP Club members get the PDFs and SVG templates to the Morning Glory block. But I've listed the paper pieces and acrylic templates because a lot of our members like to get the acrylics for their monthly blocks as well. So you get a little sneaky peek. So I only have a limited edition of those available. So right now, if you go to my shop, you'll see it in there. I can share real quick so you can see where it will show up for you. Let's see. Screen sharing. So once you go to my shop, Elise Beck Studio on Etsy, that's where you can find the Morning Glory paper pieces and acrylic templates. Ta-da! And digital downloads are only for our EPP Club members. All right. Any questions? And I'll check for you, Nancy, after the live. Make sure you have access. Any questions, friends? I'll let you look at this one. I'm so excited. I'm gonna continue with like the scrappy colors for my upcoming blocks too, so I can combine them. It'll be nice, like contrast, pretty colors and prints with black. Ta-da! And I'm using Art Gallery fabrics. They're true solids. What is it called now? Pure solids in black. I was losing my voice. Pure solids in black. And I like to buy like a lot of it, so I have it on stash for projects like this. All right. Let me know if you have any questions, friends. Oh, I can keep that there so you can look at it. The back. And here are the basting directions. But I think it's pretty straightforward on this one. It's not too hard. The advent calendars are separate, Nancy. Yeah, they're not part of the EPP Club. Let's see here. Yes, like Sasa said, you have to go to the right month in school. If you join before August, click on August for new blocks in school. Exactamundo. And if you joined in December, you would go to the December. Yeah, let me just show it to you. That might be a little confusing. Let's see here. So if you're in the EPP Club and you joined us on school as well, if you were in the EPP Club as of August, then all your blocks here every month will accumulate here. And if you just joined us in November, then your November block will be here and December. And if you joined us in December, all your blocks will be starting to accumulate in the December window here. So you can see resources for EPP Club members active starting November. So if you started in November, they'll all show up here. And if you started in October, November, December, they'll all show up in the green EPP Club. Of course. Okay. Nancy says, okay, thanks. Yes. And you should join us in the Advent calendar. Dun, ta-da, if you haven't. Have you seen all the blocks, Nancy? They're so pretty. You've seen them in the community here too, right? And then if you go to the classroom, so what we're starting to do is do a project gallery so that I can sort everyone's projects so you can it's easily findable, easier to find. So we have EPP add-in blocks, section 1. And I didn't know there was a limit, so I had to start a section 2 to start sharing here too. So I'm going to go through the community here. And if I haven't saved it to one of the project galleries yet, that's something I will be doing too. It's a manual thing. I wish it would do it automatically, but unfortunately, there's no such way to do that. Let's see here. Yeah, and then you can see everything, all the fun stuff that we got going on here. There we go. And it's not just EPP projects or designs by me. Our members are sharing other projects they're working on too, which is totally fine. So yes. Nancy said not yet, only what other post shows. I will look into this for you, Nancy. Yeah, I'll find out where your access is having a little kink. Oh, so you're on Facebook? On Facebook, we will not show the school community. The school community is different from Facebook. So let's see. You can go to school here. That's where you're going to school. And on Facebook, it's the EPP Collective. Here. See this? So here, if you want to look at some of the posts, go to the guides up top. Guides. And I'm trying to save them here as well. So EPP Advent, you can see posts here for all the Advent calendar blocks or members, all the participants I worked on. And then I'm trying to share the Hexy Magic posts that I find too. It's like a adventure, like a scavenger hunt. Sometimes I have to like track down where all the posts are. And then we got the Dilly Bowl, Tulip Bowl, EPP Bowl, and the Dilly Flower Hexagons, all the older sew alongs that we had going on. So you can find them all here in the guides section in the Facebook group right here, guides. That is, I hope that was what you were asking for. And then, yeah, just fun seeing everyone's projects. Oh, look at that. So pretty. I love blue. And then if you're not in the EPP collective yet, just request access and just fill out the questions. It's facebook.com groups/English paper piecing. I can share that here too. And so if you happen to catch the replay and you're like, where is this Facebook group? It's the English paper piecing Facebook group. I think, yeah, we're officially the largest EPP group on Facebook. So come and join us there if you're not already in there. So it's a free group. And then if you want to join a more intimate setting, then come and join us on school. Ta-ta-da! Let's see. And any questions about the morning glory block? Let's see here. Any questions about this? So EPP club members, if you still have questions or you're running into troubles or problems or like issues while you're making it, just go ahead and ask them in the school community and I can help you out. And anyone else that has started, you can share tips too if you find that something worked for you. Let's see here. Oh no, Lucy! We're sorry you missed us. Yeah, we're about to wrap up. But yeah, the replay will be right up and we're let's see here. Yes, Nancy, happy holidays. All right. And I'll look into your access for you. And I will see you all. I don't know. Is anyone gonna be in town on the 24th? Or will I be sitting here by myself day before Christmas? So we'll see. So next week will be pending, I guess, depending on if people are on vacation. No one has time for a live. So I'll let you know the schedule on that one. And if not, I'll see you on the. If I don't see you on the 24th, I'll see you. Will I see you on the 31st? Is that the Tuesday after? Well, let's see what we can do. I think next Tuesday, right? Are people still in town? Let's see. Oh, Sonia said I made mine the same way you explained. Yeah, so you were doing great, Sonia. And then if you find that there's a way like basting order that you like better, yeah, just share with us. So we'll see if next Tuesday might be pending. I'll let you know. I'll send an email out. And then if not, will see you. And Nancy said, I'm staying home. Okay. So maybe we can still have a live next week then. That sounds cool. I'll be home too. I'll be home. All right. And Julie's having a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. All right. I'm just scrolling up, making sure I didn't miss any questions. I don't think I missed anything. And let me check Facebook one more time before we wrap up today. Think anyone had any questions? No questions here. So I'm checking 3 spots on Facebook. Let's see. I don't see any questions. All right, so I will probably more than likely then see you next Tuesday. Same time, same place. If you're off for the holidays, you're traveling. Hope you have a happy holidays. Stay safe and a Merry Christmas.